Have you ever woke up in the middle of a dream and the dream was so interesting that you wanted to go back to sleep to see the end of it? If so, what was the dream? I only ever realized that I was dreaming once. I had one of those moments where I stopped and realized that it was all I dream. I got so excited to try and control my dream that I instantly woke up. I had a dream where my dad died and I watched his body turn into rocks and grass, and I didn't feel sad, I felt happy that he was returning to the earth. It was very peaceful and made me accept death until I woke up to my garbage tea alarm sound. I regularly have adventure dreams and I love them. Usually I am in an immense house with hidden pathways and I am usually with people I know. And it is always a dream of wonder and excitement. Edit, all are invited to the dream of adventure. Let's have a great night. I sometimes have dreams where I think I woke up only to live my life until I wake up again. Any dreams with my parents in them? They both passed away before I turned 13. My friend getting into an argument with a college professor about the subjects of giant octopus being real or not. Then I was rich in the dream, so I taught him how to drive a submarine in a pool, and then the dream ended with us going into the deep ocean and seeing gigantic tentacles. Then my mom woke me up for school. I was in 5th grade. Near where I live there's a shopping center, British Mall, and for some reason there are only 5 shops, Game, British GameStop, but it goes on forever, another Game that goes on forever but in White, Holland and Barrett's, but it only sells illegal drugs but still has the weird smell, and a shop that sells cookies, brownies and cakes but also an edible version of everything it sells, and a Greg's. Edit, forgot to clarify, this is a dream place. Holland and Barrett probably doesn't sell illegal drugs. I remember I has a happy fun time dream and woke up and I was like no. Then tried to go back to sleep and capture the reality of it and nope. Boo. Was single at the time and pretty lonely, so that probably had a lot to do with this one. What I remember about the dream is being in love with such an amazing human. Literally my dream guy. We had such a good connection and these amazing cute jokes and stuff. Like, he had a second number in my phone he would text from, pretending to be my cat 100% in character at all times. We knew all of each other's friends and were all part of a big family. I remember being really happy and felt safe and loved. The memorable part of the dream was that one of his and his friends' ongoing projects was making a short movie every year. Like crazy special effects and claymation and all kinds of creative endeavors. In the dream, I'm watching their latest creation and it's a shot of 2 dudes in a white furry El Camino. The car crunches itself from nose to end like an accordion and the dudes magically disappear, and then the car, still crushed, backs itself out of the parking spot and drives away, driverless. I remember thinking, I don't know what I just watched, but that was amazing, and I woke up crying from the fact that in reality I did not have this amazing, creative, funny, loving BF and mourned the loss of the dream and this dream relationship. I felt sad that I might never meet someone that I felt that good with. Thankfully I have since found the guy of my dreams. I haven't seen any of his movies yet, but he is just as amazing as my dream. I was walking down a hill towards the beach in Greece. The sky was very cloudy, but there was still some moonlight shining through. I was walking with a woman. I couldn't see her, but I knew she was by my side. The moon began to peek out from behind the clouds. It was massive. I mean 15x its usual size. Maybe it was closer? I don't know. The woman spoke in a lovely voice, one of these nights, I'm gonna steal the moon. Quote. I turned my head to look at her and say something, I don't know what I was going to say, just that I wanted to say it. She began to laugh before I saw her. I woke up. Then immediately wrote the majority of a really cool song, but I can't figure out the ending. I feel like the dream ended prematurely because I wasn't supposed to see her, and I would have had the full song if I just let the dream continue. On at least 2 occasions I've had very vivid lucid dreams about being in a Battlefield game. Battlefield 4 to be exact. All my clan buddies were there, we worked as a team, it was phenomenal. Every time I have these dreams and wake up I always try to reignite it when I go back to sleep. A couple days after my friend died, I had a vivid dream that I woke up and got dressed. I hadn't even realized I was dreaming, really, it was a normal day. As I was leaving the house, my late friend, who had apparently been waiting in my living room, stops me. I couldn't believe it. He came over to me and gave me a hug and sent me out the door. We didn't say anything, but in my head it was his goodbye. As soon as I set foot on my front porch, I woke up. I didn't want the dream to end, I wanted to talk to him. So I rolled over and fell asleep. Suddenly I was dreaming again and I was standing on my front porch. I immediately went back inside to find that he was gone. I sat down in the living room, hoping he would show up again, but he never did. I sat there for what felt like forever before waking up again. I've been coming to grips recently with the fact I've been emotionally abused by my now ex-fiancé. I've been having some pretty tough dreams and broken sleep lately. I've been waking up with night terrors and panic attacks. But literally today I took a nap and had this dream. I met a girl at work who understood me perfectly. It was the most lucid, vivid, and positive dream I've had in a long time. She talked to me, listened, and related. I felt safe. I was in the car with her driving somewhere having a nice conversation when I was woken up suddenly by a phone call. I wanted to go back so badly, but I will have to be content with that small moment. It was so real, and felt so good. So I was having a conversation with my crush in a strange language that does not even exist. I was so into it that when I woke I was still talking in that language, and when I realized what was I doing I got weirded out. Yes, I fell in love for the first time. In a fluffing dream. Woke up and was super depressed lol. The girls I'm speaking to has some absolutely amazing dreams. Apparently in all of her dreams she has 6 fingers per hand, so she uses this to lucid dream. She told me that she and I were in some sort of gladiatorial arena. I was armed with a claymore. I'm a big Scottish dude who is saving up for one, while she had these Chinese hook swords. She called me at about 8 a.m. this morning to apologize to me because apparently in the end we had to fight each other and she killed me. I couldn't help laughing but was really endeared. Now that I think about it, a lot of her dreams are based on video games. Her one the night before involved her dying, going to the underworld and having to escape in a very Tomb Raider-esque manner. Had a dream once where that big boot guy from the SpongeBob movie broke into my house, so I ran at him, poured glue into his eyes and dropkicked him, then woke up like what is wrong with my brain? Welp, back to bed. I was working at a giant store, almost like someone smooshed a Costco and a Home Depot together, and my coworker and best friend was Samwise Gamgee. So there were random retail goings-on, but the big plot thread was that Sam had this insanely hot girlfriend. She was super nice and funny, seemed like the perfect girl. But then, the 3 of us are hanging out, when I found out that she was actually a synth. Once we found out, she freaked out on us and ended up knocking out Sam before I managed to destroy her. From there the plot skipped ahead to when Sam finally gets out of the hospital and back to work. I ask him if he's okay and he says he's fine. He doesn't really remember anything from that day. Before I can tell him anything, he says, "Oh, there you are," and his girlfriend walks up, suddenly undestroyed. Since he has no memory of the day, he has no idea that she was a robot and that she was destroyed. That's when I woke up, with everything seeming very sinister. The other night, a bunch of little kids held me at gunpoint, robbed me, and stole my truck. I was so pissed, and then I woke up and wanted to go back in the dream and catch those little garbages because they felt so real lol. When I was in 5th grade, I had a dream where me and everyone else in my class and grade were adults living in a medieval fantasy world where we were all at war with each other. The dream felt like it was going on for months. I woke up when my best friend at the time was killed by the person that bullied me. I was so intrigued that I tried to go back to sleep right when I woke up. And the weird thing is, the dream was like a TV show in a sense, because every night when I went to bed I would have a continuation of the previous dream. After the first day I told my friend group, they told their other friends, people told classmates about my dream, and every day for 2 full weeks my school would gather round me at lunchtime waiting to hear the next installment of my dream. Something about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was 9 years old, don't blame me. One time I had a dream about the prettiest girl. I don't remember what she looked like, but I remember she was pretty. I literally fell in love with someone in my dream. We snuck out of her house to lay in an old abandoned RV with a hole in roof so everything was illuminated by the moon with a pretty blue glow. Leaves were all over the floor. We eventually fell asleep there, and when I woke up she was gone. Then I woke up. I wish I could experience that dream again because I miss her. I was dreaming that I won the lottery. I wake up and think fluff my life. I had a dream I was waiting at the bus stop with my brothers. I was already out of uni by now, and haven't taken a school bus in years. Suddenly a dragon-like thing made of smoke came up the bus route, and opened its mouth. My brothers just climbed on into the fiery abyss, and some cloaked person told me that if it was dangerous, I would hear them screaming. Following that logic, I went in as well, and it was like a conveyor belt taking me through nothing. Then I fell off the belt into lava, but it didn't burn. We were all hanging out in, like the pit of a volcano with other kids, and I heard something trying to pull me away. I followed it and I found a door in the rocks, that when I opened it showed a long dirty hallway filled with other doors. Like out of Silent Hill or It or something. I woke up just as I dreaded knowing I'd have to go through there to find whatever I was looking for. I kinda wish I was stayed asleep and had explored that horror movie hallway, mainly because I've never had a dream I remembered that vividly before and wonder what I was following.